So now we are going to extend this, and now we are going to understand that what is the enhanced dynamic content block. Okay, so this is just the extended version of the dynamic content block. So if you're clear with this, you will not face any issues understanding the enhanced dynamic content block. So let's take a look at it. Now, you must have seen that, okay, we only use two different locations, right? Delhi and Hyderabad. We can, let's say if we have 50 different locations, and based on the 50 different locations, we want to show that, okay, these are the nearby stores. Then it would be very tedious task, right? First of all, we have to create all these 50 content blocks, and then we have to create the mapping. I mean, we have to configure the dynamic content block. We have to create all these rules, so it will be very, time taking process, and also from the maintenance perspective, like it would be very tedious tasks. So we have the other alternative, that in case we have multiple conditions, then we can go ahead with the enhanced dynamic content block. So what is the entire process, how we can configure this? Let's understand this one by one. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to have one CSV file in which we have to define all these conditions. So, in this CSV file, let me delete this column. Okay. We have two columns. One is the city and another one is the content. So this is where we are going to define the criteria, and based on that, it is going to create the content blocks. Okay, so if city is equals to Pune, then what will happen, it is going to create this particular content block, and it will show this content block to the subscriber. So let me go here and copy the content. So now we are going to achieve the same thing with the help of the enhanced dynamic content block, but it can be extended as well. So let's say if city is equals to Hyderabad, and we have the content over here. Okay, and if city is equals to Delhi, or let me make it new Delhi, right? So let me go here. We'll copy this and we'll paste it over here. Right, and let's say for Nagpur, we can have two cities, right? Two places, let's say Nagpur, place one. Nagpur, place two. Okay, so we have city, Hyderabad, Nagpur, New Delhi, and if it is default, then we are going to show a different message, that is this one, default location block. So we are going to copy this message from here and paste it over there. So let me just add this. Okay. So now we have the sheet ready. So what we need to do, we have to define the condition, and then what will happen whenever we will, complete this process, the respective content blocks will be created in the account. So we don't need to create all these text blocks manually. All these text blocks will be created automatically by the system. So let me save the changes, and then I'll have to copy this file and I'll paste it over here. I'll say replace. Okay. Now let's go to Marketing Cloud. I'll change to location rules. So that is fine. Okay. Now, for what we need to do, first of all, we need to upload this mapping. So we'll have to go to upload, and then here we have this option enhance dynamic content. So here we need to upload this CSV file. So we will click on browse button. We will select this file, location rules. Okay, and it has to be a CSV file. Now on the next step, data preparation, what we are telling is that this particular column is being used as a condition to create the condition. And then the next block or the next column, which is the content, we are using this to create the blocks. So it is asking that, okay, which field you want to use to create the content blocks and which field you want to use to create the condition. So what we are saying is that we want to use this as a um, content block. So it will do what it will do. It will create the text content blocks for all these values that we have in this particular column, or whatever the field that will make it as a primary key. It will not create the respective content blocks, but it will be used as a condition. So now we will go ahead and click on the next button. This audience linking I'll show you in a while, and then next button, so we can review if everything looks good. We can click on the input. Okay, so we can click on the import button now. Okay, so now import is successful. And we can see the mapping here. Okay, so this is the mapping this is the map that we can see that we have uploaded. Now we are going to use this map in our enhanced dynamic content block. So we'll click on the create button. We'll go to the content blocks. We'll click on the enhanced dynamic content, and here we will choose the mapping that we have just uploaded. So we'll go to our folder, and here we have this mapping. We click on this and select. So now, as we can see, the default content, it is showing us this thing. If city is equals to Hyderabad, then it is showing this thing. If it is Nagpur, then it is showing this thing. Okay, and if it is New Delhi, then it is showing this thing. Okay, so we have saved a lot of time in creating different content blocks. We don't need to create all these rules. So everything is done. We just have to take care of the file. Now, here what we have done is that we have set the field in the file. The field name in the file is city. So we need to map the field name, right? So that it is the data is taken from the data extension field. So what we'll say that we'll choose the data extension, and in the data extension, we have a data extension called Amazon customers. So what is the source of data? So we say that this is the value in the data extension from where the data is coming, and we have to map this file with the city column in our CSV file. So we have to map the file in our data extension and the CSV file so that we know, okay, so this is how the criteria is defined, and this is the field from where the data is coming. Now we click on the done button. Now this mapping is done. I'll save the changes. I'll say enhanced dynamic demo and click on the save button. I'll go to the email message now. With the same email message, this one. Now I'm going to drag and drop this enhanced dynamic content block to see the results, that whether we are getting the same result or not. So I'll go to the content tab. I'll drag and drop this content block that we have just created, enhanced dynamic demo, and then drop it over here. I'll do the preview and test to see the preview for different subscribers. So now the above one is from the, so now we can see this is from the dynamic content block, and this uh, data is coming from the enhanced dynamic content block. So we can see the same result, and when we click on the next subscriber, so it says this thing that if the city is equals to New Delhi, when we go to the next, it says that please show your location. Okay, so the difference between the dynamic, okay, let me tell you the reason. So the first difference is that in case of the dynamic content block, we are not just limited to the text or the image content block. At the time of the building enhanced dynamic content block, we either can have the text block or the image block. But we cannot have, well, let's say, image carousel. We cannot have the HTML, or we cannot have the free forms. So we cannot have any other content block, either text or the image, in case of enhanced dynamic content block. But if you're choosing the dynamic content block, we can have any type of content block. Uh, and which one we should use in which scenarios. So if we have just 2 or 3 different condition, then we can go ahead with the dynamic content block. In case, let's say, generally we use dynamic content block to show the content in different languages. So when a company has business in multiple countries, let's say India, US, or maybe like in Spain, Germany, and then the German customers, they want to see the content in German, and there are few customers who want to see the content in Spanish. So based on their language preference, we can show them the content. So generally, so let's say 50% of the customers prefer English, and the rest of the customers prefer the Spanish language. So if we have just only 2 conditions, that if the language, the preferred language is English, then show the content in English. If the preferred language is Spanish, then show the Spanish content. So in that case, we will choose dynamic content block, and we will not go ahead with the enhanced dynamic content. But in case we have multiple conditions, then we'll go ahead with the enhanced dynamic